I'll tell you when we live. We are live, everybody. Welcome to Angie's World Podcast, episode 4. Respect the business owner. Today, we got a good show for you guys. We got some dope people in the building. We have Kat from Nail Factory. She is a salon owner for the longest. She's been doing my nails for the last 8 years, keeping me slayed. That's my girl. We got Loso. He is a candle company owner. Wicked, and his candle company is called Wicked Sense. And we got Dr. Zakiya in the building. She is a natural hair doctor. She is also a physician. And I'm so happy to have you guys here today. Y'all can unmute y'all mics.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes. How you doing, Loso?
Hi, everybody. Hi, Angie. Thank you for having us.
Listen, listen. This is the season of giving, and this is the holiday season, and I'm gonna just play one of my songs. All right, listen. Today, what I wanted to do, I have my Santa shirt on, I have my red lipstick on, I got my gold eyeshadow on. Today is Respect the Business Owner. I'm here to give the business owners their flowers. I'm here to give back to you guys, to honor you guys today, because 365 days out of the year, you guys are serving customers. You guys are here for everybody. So this is the time where you're going to get your flowers, and everybody's going to honor y'all. So the way that I normally start my podcast is I usually do like a wellness check. So we'll start with Kat. How you doing, Kat?
Good. I'm good. I'm really nervous. It's my first one. I'm like so excited right now.
Don't be nervous, Kat. Just be yourself.
I am.
How you been doing? Have you guys been really busy for the holiday season with the nails and everything? I know. I've been waiting.
Yeah,
I gotta wait a month before I get a fill.
Yes, I've been busy now that it is coming closer, but it's been kind of slow. After Thanksgiving, it becomes slow. Everybody's holding their money and then waiting for the end and to call me and go crazy and drive me crazy towards the end, So it's been okay, thank God. Yeah.
That's what's up. And what about you, Loso? How are you doing with the rush for product and stuff for the holidays?
I am actually good. I mean, it has been a definitely good holiday season. I'm still getting last minute texts and orders to get things out, so definitely grateful for that, for people thinking about me for their holiday needs. So it's definitely has been, a blessed season for me and my small business.
That is what's up. And how about you, Dr. Zakiya? I know that you are just, launching your website and your products and getting everything together. How is this season of your, grand opening and launch, and how is that going for you, planning everything?
Everything has been great. Actually, I have a lot of people asking about, when can they purchase, or just going ahead and purchase. And I've been upgrading the orders because I know I'm about to have a sale. So right now, it's open and people are purchasing stuff because it's like a soft launch, because people know that I was coming out with the stuff. But I've had some bottlenecks because of COVID, like with shipping problems and things like that with supplies and like raw materials. But now that has been resolved, I'm like super excited. I have a big launch party because I rebranded everything. I've been doing this for a couple years now, and like this is my first time to do it real big. So I'm looking forward to my launch party in February, and broadcasting that we have a new site, new packaging, new products. So it's been cool, and I just been resting because I know once this train starts moving, it's gonna be like nonstop. So
yes.
This time, just like having fun for the holidays, resting, connecting with you all, and doing things like this podcast. So
yes, thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are my literally hands down 3 of my favorite business owners, and I have a close relationship with each one of you guys, and I'm so honored that you would even come here. And like I said, I want to give back, and I want to put you guys out there on all my platforms so people could get to know you and how you've come to where you guys are at now. So Kat, I'm gonna move it over to you. I want the people to get to know you a little bit. Can you hear me? Can you hear us, Kat? She chopping up a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah,
You
I
can
can
hear
hear
us,
you.
Kat?
You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. You was a little choppy, but it's okay. This is real life audio issues. Kat,
Okay.
tell me a little bit about your journey of opening your own business. Start from when you were a teenager and you just started doing nails, and then you went into, like what did you just start me from the beginning, Kat, of how of your journey of getting to where you are now.
Okay, so I can start with my mom because she always like bought me like stuff like nail stuff, clothes, a sewing machine, a doll with hair, makeup and stuff like that. So she always kept me busy in that way. And when I got into high school, she gave me some tips and colors and stuff, and I started doing my own nails. And then I was going to high school doing my own nails, and I started doing my friends. And then a boyfriend that I had at the time, his mother was going to a nail salon, and her name was Evie, and she actually said, she's looking for girls, and I'm like, but I'm 14. And she was like, no, but she likes them young, And I was like, but I'm 14, like, it's my first job. So she was like, just go and try it out. So I tried it out, and that's how I got the job. And then I stood with her for 4 years, got my experience and stuff. And then from there, I moved. Well, actually, at the same time, I was doing fashion shows for makeup and hair as well. So by
Mm-hmm.
the age of 16, I was doing both and going to school. And
That's what's
then,
up.
yeah, and then from there, I started going. I quit, because I was like, okay, I had enough from her because she was kind of rough. But moved on, moved to Castle Hill to Creative Nails. I don't know if she's still there, and I was there for another 4 years. And then from there, I left. Gave my 2 weeks, and then I went to Nail Factory, which was a previous owner that they used to own Tan Factory, and
Oh wow.
it was husband and wife, and I was there for a good 6 months, 6 to 8 months. I felt like I needed to grow more from there, so I gave her my 2 weeks notice, and I moved to Throsneck to a place called New York Hair Salon, and I
Mm-hmm.
was renting a booth there. And then the previous owner, which was from Nail Factory, she said, I'm selling the business. You're like the best person. You gave me 2 weeks notice. You were the great employee. I've
Wow.
heard a lot from you. And before I sell it out there for this amount, I feel like you deserve the opportunity to take it from us.
How
And
old were you, Kat, at that
I was
time?
I was 25. I was
Wow.
25.
That's a baby. Okay.
Yeah, 25 with a 4-year-old, raising my son, single mom, as well. So she gave me the opportunity. I called my friend that he was a lawyer. Thank God I didn't have to pay for the fee. And we all sat down together, and she allowed me to pay her back in a year for the shop. So
Wow.
I took on Nail Factory, and it's been 16 years that I've had Nail Factory.
So let me
Yeah,
ask you a
that's
question.
it.
At 25 years old, what did you just say, listen, I don't know anything about owning a business. But what was it in you that just believed in yourself and was like, I'm just gonna do it. I could do this. I got this.
It's, I don't know, it's just something in you. When you got it, you got it. The opportunity came to me twice before. I felt that I was too young then. And then this time I thought about my son, and it was just, things was just rolling into my life. And I guess I put it out there, and I was like, this is what I want to do. Because at high school, I was like, I'm gonna own my own shop one day. I was like, that was in my head already. I put it out there. So really, I just said, you know what, this is my opportunity. My friend, I had, $5,000 I put down. She didn't ask for much. She said, this is your opportunity. I borrowed a license. They were like, you can borrow the license. It was a key business, that all the furniture, everything was there. I paid them in a year. So I was working 7 days a week with my child, but did it, and I just went all the way through. So that's how I did it. But to this day, I'm like, how did I do it? I'm 42 years old, and I did it from 25 to now. I'm like, I still don't know how I did it. But one thing I could say is always put yourself out there and always want more, because you're gonna get it. You just gotta work hard for it. That's it.
Absolutely. And you was grinding, Kat. You was doing nails up until 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like,
two
I wasn't
o'clock.
there for the very beginning. I came around in 2014, but you lit in New York City. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. A lot of people, a lot of celebs and stuff, and dancers and Instagram models and rappers' daughters and stuff come to your shop. You done did their nails. They've been through Cat Shop, and you pretty big, you know what I'm saying, in New York City. And so tell me what that was like, those days that you had to really, raise your son at the same time and be at the shop till 3 o'clock in the morning. What was some of the challenges that you faced when you was in that grind mode trying to build your name?
The most challenging, of course, is my son, because I didn't share time with him. It was very hard to raise him, and then to try to also being young. I'm growing myself. Like, I'm learning myself at the same time, raising a child, and he was a challenge with me. And then most challenging is employees, then clients, and the employees of they have their highs and lows. You actually living with these employees,
Right.
and you're there most of the time than your own family. So it had that, and then customers and stuff like that. So it was very challenging. But again, I just had my own faith of, I can push through. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I just kept saying, and to this day, I'm still saying, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It's just,
Yes.
when it's for you, it's for you. And when you work hard for it, it's just gonna come no matter what. I graduated high school. That was it. I didn't go to college. I threw myself in a lion's cage. I didn't know nothing about business. I didn't know nothing about people. This is my first ever speaking to two strangers, and you and in the public now. And it took me a long way. So this is like, it's gonna always be a challenge, but I like challenges. I've always liked it. So, I'm very grateful right now that I'm at my spot where I'm at today. So it was
Yeah,
challenging.
it definitely is, because I admire you. I've always looked up to you, admired you, and not only are you a business owner, Kat is an artist. Like, people come to her with these elaborate, she has some clients that it takes 2 and 3 days. They got to come in sessions to do their nails. Nails are out to here. Kat is doing it in 5 and 10 hours. 5 hours one day, they come back 5 hours the next day. You drawing stuff, you creating things on their nails. Like, you're an actual talented artist on top of a business owner, and you were just a kid with a talent at 25, throwing yourself into the business. And because you had that courage, God was able to, see you through. And it's been hard because, Kat has a good heart. So, she brings people in, she grooms them, and sometimes they spread their wings, they fly away. So it's hard when you lose employees, you gain employees, you have a staff of people you have to keep happy, you have customers you have to keep happy. It's not easy. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to honor you today, because I wanted to let you know that I see you, the world sees you, and everybody that's watching this. If you go, I have the banner, Nail Factory X. You can see the address of where it's located. Trust me, it's a worth fly out for you to come and get Kat to do your nails. If you live in a different city, she can do anything. She's an artist, like a real artist. Your nails will not fall off in 2 and 3 days. I can last 3 weeks to a month before I have to get a fill-in. So she's nice with it. So tap in with her, Nail Factory X. I'm gonna put all her stuff in the description. Kat, don't go nowhere. This is just a little brief introduction. I'm gonna hit Loso up now to see his story, but we sit back and relax, Kat, drink. We're gonna get to know everybody. We have some games that we're gonna be playing, and we're gonna be talking about hot topics. But I just want everybody to get to know you guys, and for you guys to tell people how you got to where you're at. And then we're gonna have some fun. And then if you guys want to buy anything, book any appointments, buy any hair care products or candles, all their stuff is going to be in the description. So we're here to honor you, Kat. We're gonna ask you some more questions, and we'll get right back to you.
Okay.
I Loso, in case you ain't know so.
What's popping?
What's up, Loso? How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm trying to put your banner up here now, Loso. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to, I'm a one-man show. I'm producing, I'm engineering. Okay, I think this is coming up right now. All right, here we go. All right, Loso. So tell me a little bit and tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, honestly, by trade, I'm a mortician. So outside of being a mortician, I'm a candle
That's
maker,
so
you know. So
interesting. Don't just graze by that. No. Wait, let's go back. Loso, first of all, tell us where you from.
so I'm from Detroit. Detroit boy
Okay,
all day.
Detroit in the house. And by day, Loso said he is a mortician. That means that he works in a funeral home, dead bodies, makeup, the whole entire shebang. Tell us a little bit about that, please.
I mean, it's definitely a business that you have to be cut out for. It's almost like, Cat in the Way. You have to be a person that's cut out to work with people, cut out to be able to serve people. It's definitely, you got to have that niche. You can't be a person that's just I want the money. You're not going to do it. It's not going to work out for you. So I've been in the game going on 6 years. I actually love what I do. Like I tell people, it's the one last thing you can do. You only get one time to do it right. So I make sure I'm a perfectionist at getting that right the first time for people, so that's pretty much the funeral business in a nutshell. It's just one of those things, being there to guide a person. You're their confidant, you're their shoulder to lean on, you're that emotional support, you're that person they can talk to about anything if they don't need to talk to anybody else about it. And you're just there for them, so 365, 24/7. It's been times where I had to leave Thanksgiving dinner, I had to leave Christmas dinner, I was in the midst of cooking for Thanksgiving and said, okay, let me turn these greens off. I have to go serve this family and be there for this family right now, so it's definitely a rewarding job, morally, spiritually, physically. I love what I do.
And how did you get involved in the funeral business?
Actually grew up around it. It's funny because this was my intended major when I went to college or whatever, but you know how you talk to people as a kid, you kind of get discouraged. People, oh, you want to go play with dead bodies? That's nasty. That's morbid and all that and the other. So I went to my second passion, which was cooking, so I went to culinary school, 2 classes short of graduating. I said, this ain't it. It ain't going to work. I love to cook, changed my major to mortuary science, and I've been doing it ever since, so I'm glad I actually made that switch and followed my heart. So I was something I really love versus something I liked, I love cooking. Y'all know I love cooking. You see my air fryer videos and you've been on live with me when I was cooking, so I love to cook for myself and my family, but as a profession, it was going to be a no-go for sure.
That's what's up. Yes, you are another multi-talented person. Not only are you in the funeral business and you deal with that running that business and helping run that business as well, but you're definitely a talented person when it comes to cooking and preparing dishes. And now you're an owner of a candle company called Wicked Scents, and you make room sprays, wax melts, candles. And guys, this is not no fake-ish right now where I got people on here where this is a sponsored, interview and stuff. I actually own his stuff. This is his room spray. It's called Black is Beautiful. And this is my favorite scent. I love it. And I got some of his wax melts. I'm a big wax melt person. Like, I have his products and his products are good. I'm very picky when it comes to scents. I'm very picky when it comes to, my products that I buy. And Loso's stuff is so good. So if you're into room sprays, wax melts, candles, please support. Instead of going to Bath and Body Works, not to say anything's wrong with them or anything is wrong with, high-end these high-end places like Blue Mercury and all this French candles and this and that and TJ Maxx and stuff. Tap in with Loso. His stuff is on the bottom here. And purchase from him. But I wanted to go back and tell me how you got into the candle business. What made you want to start your own business and that journey? Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so like anyone else, I was a big candle fanatic. I was standing in line for the Bath and Body Works annual sales. I was at Yankee. I was at, some of the local candle shops here because I'm a fragrance person. I'm a guy that owns a couple $1,000s worth of cologne. That was when I got my first credit card, I was a Macy's Platinum credit card holder within a week. I spent that $1,200 in a week on what I wanted, you know? So it's one of those things where I'm a person that loves smell. Smell triggers memories. Smell makes you in a happy place sometimes, you know? And sometimes smells can just be nostalgic. You know, it can be something that reminds you of like the down home pound cake your grandma made, you know, or just something reminds you of a season, you know? So what kind of made me get into this game was that I love the candles from Bath and Body Works, you know? I still support every once in a blue moon. My candle makers hate it sometimes, but I do it. But the thing about it is I wanted to create something that was unique to me. You know, I can find, you know, the midnight blue citrus from Bath and Body Works. I can find, you know, the mahogany teak woods, but that wasn't something that I truly loved. You know, so it wasn't something that was me. It wasn't something that was more so of a masculine cologne scent. It wasn't something that was more of like a shea buttered up lady walking around in the sundress. It wasn't those kind of smells. It was something similar to, but not that, you know. So
Right.
company came along because I started creating unique scents with my customers of mine, and then different experiences that I've had through life, or different, you know, crazy ideas I have in my mind, or unorthodox names. It was just me. So this is where Wicked Scents was born from.
That is so dope. Tell me about the process of because you put it, you know, a lot of people think like, you know, they may see Cat Shop and think it's 1, 2, 3, or they may see Dr. Z's hair products and it's 1, 2, 3, or they look at your candles and they think you're just pouring wax into a jar. Tell us about the like you don't have to tell us your secrets, but what the work that it entails of getting in the lab, mixing, learning ingredients, studying, you know, what this type of oil mixes with this to get this fragrance. It is a lot of work that goes into that. So tell us a little bit about, you know, your journey of just creating the stuff, learning the stuff, and then selling it.
So I'll be over here feeling like Bill Nye the Science Guy in the background a little bit. You know, it's kind of like you're like Dexter's Laboratory by day, then you're Bill Nye the Science Guy by night, you know. So it's like it's definitely a process, you know. So when you're coming to deal with wicks, you have to figure out all wicks don't burn good with particular oils. You have to find the right niche so you don't have a doggone firebomb in somebody's house, you know. So it's all about testing. And then when it comes to pairing scents, I mean, it's pretty much figuring out, I want this to smell like this. I have this in my mind, and I name my stuff, and I do my process a little backwards. So I'll come up with a name. Like, for instance, I did my sundress collection in like the spring. I had 3 candles. That's where Black is Beautiful came from. We had Curvy Silhouette, and then we had No Panties. Those were the 3 scents that came out, you know, in that particular time frame. So I'm like, okay, what does No Panties smell like? And I surveyed the ladies in my life. I'm like, what does No Panties smell like? Not nothing funky, but you know, it gotta smell like this, you know. Then what does Black is Beautiful smell like? I want to smell like cocoa butter. I want to smell like shea butter, you know.
This
So
is my favorite. Black is Beautiful. No lie. I can, oh my God. It's so good, guys.
That show is your favorite one. You know, the biggest thing, you know, is really just pretty much the whole process is pairing and testing. You know, that's the biggest thing. You can't put out a product that you don't love or put out a product that you don't test. That's why I'm hard on myself when it comes to certain things. Like, I'll send samples out, like, try this out. Let me know what you think about this. Or, you know, I'll run things by, you know, my sister. I'll run things by coworkers. Even when people order, here go a sample of this in your box. Let me know what you think about that, you know. And that's pretty much how my process works in the background. Just a lot of note taking, a lot of measurements. You know, everything is measured. You know, everything has to be a precise down to the gram scale, to make sure that you're not over adding or under adding, so that you get a good scent and you're not, you know, gonna have a chemical explosion in somebody's house, you know. So that's the biggest thing there. And then making
Absolutely.
sure, even with room sprays, that it's safe. It's safe for the skin and stuff. So that's the biggest thing there.
Absolutely. And that's how I found out about Black is Beautiful, because you threw it in as a sample when I placed my first order. And then from there, I fell in love. So you never know, those samples, you know, people really, you know, they can definitely find out about new things. So tell us, I see you have a display right here. Tell us a little bit about the candles and the sprays that you have in front of us.
All right. So I did have to pull out one of Angie's favorites. I have my wax melt. We have the Saturday morning line up here.
I love that. Look how pretty it is too.
It's so pretty. It reminds you of Saturday morning.
It's like Fruity Pebbles.
Get up to watch those cartoons. Yep, Fruity Pebbles and like Fruit Loops mixed together. It's like the combination of 2 childhood cereals that are kind of alike but smell different. One's lemon, one's more berry. You know, when you get those together, it's like this remind me back in the day when me and my cousins actually had sleepovers and cartoons meant something, so it kind of takes you back to that nostalgic place. That just have some of my, my go-to room sprays. We have, of course, none other than Gray Sweats.
Gray Sweats. Now, Kat, I think you would love that. That smells like an expensive date with a man. That smells like a man.
I want to test all of them. I love candles and I love fragrance.
When I come get my nails done, I'm gonna come bring you some stuff.
Okay.
Then we have, our go-to. We have Black is Beautiful, Angie's favorite. And then my new spray, my new venture, all tropical for your tropical people. We have the Vanetta Experience. So that's my new spray that I added on the website.
Shout out to Vanetta The Experience.
Candles are all double wicked, so we got Gray Sweats. We got some seasonal stuff going on. We have, our old Christmas tree, a good old pine scent. And then my favorite one, it's like one of those ones where, people get on your nerves and you just need to just light a candle to get over it. We got Clean Fucking Slate, just to forgive some people for the day, light that candle and cast it away, so
I got
those
that.
are definitely those are my go-to, but my favorite one.
I get 5 of those I need.
And my go-to and my favorite one is the Whitney. Like the Whitney is really just a calming candle. It's the smell of like lavender, eucalyptus, all that stuff. You just need to just like take a bath, light this candle, relax. Even if you just want to light it and chill, it's something that puts you in a Zen mood. It's not overpowering. It's just relaxing, So that's pretty much Wicked Scents, in a nutshell for sure.
That's what's up. Loso, you guys, I hope you're taking notes. Wicked Scents Handcrafted. That's his Instagram. Go in there. He has his link tree, his website, everything on his Instagram. I'm gonna also put everything in the description. And anybody that's listening to this on Apple and Spotify and everything, no worries, because it's gonna be in the description there too. So we're gonna come back to Kat and Loso because, like I said, we got some games to play, some hot topics to talk about. But we're gonna move over to Dr. Z. We're gonna get to know her right now. Dr. Z, how are you today? Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Angie. Hey.
Hi. I love Dr. Z, man. I met Dr. Z almost about a year ago on Clubhouse, and shout out to Clubhouse, shout out to Real Relationship Talk, and shout out to everybody on Clubhouse.
Right.
And became friends with Dr. Z, and over time, well, her name is Dr. Zakiya, but I call her Dr. Z. She's a medical physician. Yes, she's a real doctor. And we became close over time. And Dr. Zakiya decided that she wanted to develop a hair care line. So take us through the journey of that and show us some of your products too, Dr. Z, because you have beautiful products. And I just want people to get to know your journey, like where you're from and how your journey that led you up to creating this hair care line for natural hair.
Yeah. Honestly, my real, true, I think, reason for creating this is been cathartic. It's been something that helped me through a painful period of my life. When I was in med.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
Yeah, to get that started, I'm originally from Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Small town, Southern Belle. I'm from New Iberia, Louisiana. Shout out to the B. I gotta shout out my hood. Went to college in New Orleans, and I did med school in the Midwest. That's how I wound up in Ohio and Detroit. And that's where I think my creation of this hair care line started, when I was in med school. That's what I was getting at. Pretty much, I had a cool childhood. I always did well in school, stuff like that. Because I'm a doctor, so obviously, I'm getting good grades or whatever.
And you have a famous cousin. I'm not going to say who it is unless you want to say it. Unless you want to say it. We could just leave it, but she got a famous cousin. But anyway, Dr. Z, go ahead.
You know about New Iberia, you know who it is already. You already know what it is. So I mean, because she represents New Iberia to the fullest. Her and her sister. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Okay.
So yeah, but anyway, you know, like I got to a point in med school though where you know, it wasn't about academics. It wasn't like academics that I needed to get through. It was more like, you know, personal interpersonal relationships. And it was really hard for me because, like, you know, some people just not nice, you know, and
Yeah.
you know, when you're in that situation, when you're going through, you know, exponential growth and change, you know, it's really hurtful when you're not getting support where you think you should be getting it from. Like these are people you think like should you like you and be your friends, like if it's like your teachers or your contemporaries. And I mean that wasn't the case for me in some situations. So you know, I think it started to take a toll on me, like health wise, like, you know, and I was like really clinically depressed. You know, I realize now looking back on it, like I was depressed, like, so my hair started falling out, like I lost a lot of weight, you know, I wasn't eating right, stuff like that. And so, you know, back then that was right when the natural hair like things started off, like and like, you know, and then YouTube started to take off where there was all these influencers on YouTube with makeup, hair, and I really took an interest in that, like, and a liking to it. And you know, it made me feel better. It made me feel good, you know, working on myself. And you know, I was doing that thing, but and, you know, still not thinking about like creating hair products. It's just this me trying to feel better, you know.
Right.
And of course, you know, the like the tip of the iceberg was just like, you know, I had this best friend in med school was a guy, and you know, it was all kind of drama around our friendship. Like people thought that we were in a romantic relationship. Like I think he thought I wanted to be in a romantic relationship at some point too, and it like impacted how he reacted to me. And you know, like he like was making the girl that he was dating at the time thinking like I was stalking him, but we were like best friends. Like he would come do his laundry at my house. Like we would like hang out. We took our boards together. I mean, you know, I would hang out with his family. So
Right.
it wasn't nothing like that. We were really like really good friends.
Right.
So you know, but that was hurtful when I found that out. So
Yeah.
anywho, fast forward from all of that, you know, it's like, you know, I had all this knowledge now about the beauty industry because I've been on, you know, YouTube all this time going through stuff, and like, you know, I decided to like um go natural. Like I've been relaxing my hair, wearing extensions, doing all this stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna go natural. You know, like I'm graduating, all this stuff, you know, and you know, like what really like kind of like think was the last straw for me was like I remember like wanting to go to my medical school graduation, and you know when I got you know ready to get my hair done for that, they were like, you know, what's going on with your hair, and you know it was like I said, it was falling out, like it was
Oh,
thin. So I didn't want to go to my own graduation. Like remember, you know, this is something I wanted to do since I was a child. So you
right.
know that was a real emotional time for me, like, you know. So I think that's where the passion like for that started. And so, you know, fast forward, you know, a few years from that one of my like really close friends from med school, he started coaching doctors and being, you know, like business owners, being entrepreneurs. And you know, we always were like, you know, really good friends. He was my mentor, and med school, like, you know, like my big sip type thing.
Right.
And so he knew about my passion for like beauty stuff. And, you know, he told me, he was like, you know, you should start a hair care business. Because at that time I was working at an urgent care, and like women were coming in and they would like look at my hair, they would look at my makeup, and they would always even though they were sick, they would ask,
Right.
where'd you get this lipstick? How you get your hair to be curly like that and not be frizzy. And so
Right.
I'm telling them where to go get stuff and how to use
Yeah.
products. But they're still getting like also prescriptions from me because I'm their doctor.
Right.
So I realized I was already doing that.
Right.
And you know, like what made it come full circle, one day I'm like telling all my secrets to this lady in the store, like that was my cashier for free. And like this little old lady, she even had curly hair. She was like, baby, do you know people will pay you for this? Like, like, why are you telling all this woman stuff? Or people will pay, all this stuff you telling her, people will pay you to tell them this.
Right.
I was like, how does lady don't even know me, and she getting me together, right? So, that's where I had the aha moment. But like when my friend told me, and my business coach told me like you're gonna have products and all this stuff, I'm going to be honest with you guys at this point. I really didn't know how, because I didn't see it. I didn't see that vision that he had for me. Like, he knew I could do it.
Right.
He saw that in me and felt I could do it. But I hadn't yet like accept that, it's so much. I think that Loso and Kat have said like about like just like God, the universe, like things that you are capable of, your passions. Like
Right.
I really accepted that as something that was really like for me. Because when he told me I could do it, I was just like, but how? I don't know how to do this. I had all these objections in my mind about why I wouldn't be successful doing it, because I thought, I'm supposed to be a doctor.
Right.
But as you guys will now see, like I'll slide the products over.
Yeah, tell me. So now, okay, so you had, hold on one moment. So you had the idea, you started creating the products in the lab and everything. Show us some of your products, Dr. Z.
So I started working with people, and as a result, now, because of all the like painful stuff that happened to me, it happened to my hair. I have a signature hair care line. It's a 7
Move
product.
this stuff over, Dr. Z, so we can see it in the frame.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, we can see some of it. Beautiful pack. This packaging, look, and I've worked in beauty for 5 years. And this packaging, I've worked at Lancome, I've worked at high-end Blue Mercury places. This stuff looks like Lancome, Chanel. Okay, this looks like Babor. This looks like every type. This is awesome packaging. This is not cheap packaging. So let's get into this stuff, please.
The first product that I created was my hair growth elixir, and it's been now repackaged. This is not the original packaging from the first time we launched this 3 years ago, but I think this is going to probably be one of our best selling products. So it's great because it's a multi-purpose product, because you can use it for treatments, you can use it on your scalp. You can use it to also support length retention and this, still moisture in the hair. But also now we have other products to go with it. We have the shampoo. And I know the first thing that natural girls will tell people will be like, I'm not a shampoo person. Shampoo dries out my hair, makes it hard, like, hard to deal with. It tangles my hair. I co-wash, and not this shampoo. It was formulated specifically so you can it's gentle enough you can use it every day. I love the shampoo. It's one of my favorite products. Oh Lord, my stuff is sliding off. I have 2 hair treatments to be used after the shampoo. It just depends on what type of hair you have. What I found with my hair works best with like alternating protein treatments with moisturizer treatments. So I have a protein treatment and a moisturizer treatment. Just pick your trouble, pick your poison. These both work like peanut butter and jelly. If you only need protein once a month, then do the protein treatment once a month, and then you can do the moisturizer treatment anytime. But my hair is high porosity and loves protein, so I do this more. This is more like just it. I sometimes will co-wash with this. So
okay,
here and there. Finally, we have 2 leave-ins too.
I need that leave-in conditioner, Dr. Z.
I have 2 of them. I got a spray leave-in, and the spray leave-in is just as good as the creamy leave-in. It just depends on which one you want. I think the creamy leave-in is great as a co-wash too, and you can use it as a base for any styler. So is this one. This one is more like, with the spray, it's more lightweight. And you can use the spray also to refresh your curls in between.
Yes, I need that
You
because my hair be looking dry
have
and
great
dehydrated.
hair, Angie. You got some like big wavy hair. It's beautiful. And then finally,
Thank you.
we have my gel, which I love, and it's in my hair right now. If you look at my hair, this is a gel. This is like day.
And I don't see frizz at all. It's just curls. I don't see it frizzy at all.
Yeah, I did my hair on I think I came out here on Thursday. You know, I'm in my hotel room. So yeah, I came out here on Thursday. Today is Saturday. So this is like day 3 hair.
I love
So
it.
there you have it. You can use this without using a leave-in. This is a conditioning gel, and I just want to unscrew this because this is one of my. This is like my favorite product. I just want to show
That's
you.
dope.
It
To
doesn't look
find a
like a gel. It
conditioning
looks like
gel.
a cream, but it's gel.
Right. To find a conditioning gel. Because gel usually freezes your hair.
Huh?
Gel usually freezes your hair, but that is a
This
conditioning
gel.
gel. So that's dope.
This gel. It's no crunch. It's no flaking. You don't need to use leave-in with this gel. And you know, I didn't know what I was doing. I work with a chemist like for over a year on these products. And like even he will tell you, he was like, you sure you don't like this? Because he thought the gel was done. I'm like, no, it's not done. And now he's just like super happy because I like test all the products. Like over the last 3 years, I've used like all the top brands. I've mixed and matched the products, mixed and matched them with mine. There's no gel like this on the market. This is
That
a
is so dope. And I'm privy to a lot of the, trials and
mm,
tribulations that you've been dealing with, to launch this, product line. And I just have to commend you that, I have to commend all three of you guys. It is not easy to, you know, run your own business, start your own business, keep it together, have a staff of people, deal with chemists, deal with, it's not easy. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to bring you guys on here, because I want to give people a behind the scenes inside look of what it's really like to be a business owner. Everything is not a launch party. Everybody thinks like, okay, you cutting the red ribbon on your store, and it's like, oh my God, I just got here, or it definitely takes a lot of hard work, sleepless nights, and dedication. What would you say, Dr. Z, is the hardest obstacle that you had trying to get these products, out?
I think the biggest obstacle thus far was like working with people who I really respect in the industry that just, you know, they didn't meet my expectation. I thought that, well, wow, you've really done stuff and, made things happen for yourself. But, they really failed me as people who were like, advisors or vendors for my business. Like, and I really felt like almost, low key, like swindled. Like, 'cause it's like, what, do you need the money? Like, is that why you say you would do it? I
That
think that's
brings
the biggest thing. Yeah.
that
You know,
brings me to a question that I'm sorry, I want to ask all of you guys. That brings me to a question that I want to ask each one of you guys one by one. If there is some advice that you want to give to new business owners of how not to get taken advantage of, what advice would you give them? And I'm going to start with Kat.
that's a good question. That's a great question, Angie. I'm gonna go on mute. Yeah, I would love to hear what Kat has to say. She's a
Yeah.
she's a vet, like 17 years in the game.
Yeah. You really got to do your homework on what is your next move. You cannot allow yourself to trust anyone through the process. Insurance, taxes, employees themselves, what they come in with, friends and family, everything that comes with it. You really have to do your homework and research it before you decide to do anything. So biggest thing with me is product. You got to research the product of what you're giving the customers, what type of, some people come in with allergic reaction, and some of these. So the example is, this one is the biggest one, is this distributors sell you MMA products. So you're thinking they selling you the best product. So you're buying it, you don't research, and then what happens is the clients get fungus, they get allergic reaction, they start itching and start all these things that's happening. Now if you buy the stuff that you're supposed to, you have to read and research before you buy the product from anywhere, you know. So like an example, the candles, you know what, he writes everything that he needs to do. The hair product, she does whatever, and you research, you know what, I like this product, I'm hearing all the stars, and I'm gonna get it, you know. Thank God nowadays is like that. But when I first started, it was like you got to go in on your own. Like there was no, Google wasn't that famous, Yelp wasn't that famous. I started very like young, since I was 14, you know. So definitely research, educate yourself, make sure you know exactly what you're doing so nobody can take advantage of you. So that's my advice.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kat. And what about you, Loso? What advice would you give new business owners of something you had to learn the hard way, or how not to get taken advantage of?
The biggest thing, like Kat said, do your research. I mean, honestly, in the past year, there's been like an influx, even in my industry, of candles. There's been an influx of people who, throughout the pandemic, this is what I want to do. I'm making candles. But the thing is, you have to know what you want. You have to test the products. You have to know what you're putting out to people, you know. And the biggest thing is to not get taken advantage of. Number one is be secure within yourself and actually believe in yourself. Because if you doubt your products that you're putting out, if you doubt your vision and what you have going on, people see straight through it. And they'll say, oh, I'll charge you $350 for a masterclass. Come on and sit down with me for part one. Part two gonna cost you $500. Part three gonna cost you $1,000. And you know the same shit you came in there with is the same shit you're leaving with. So you didn't learn nothing. You just out of all this money because you don't want to do the research. And the biggest thing is, don't come in thinking people are going to hand you anything. When I first started, honestly, it was really nothing. And me and my homegirls, me, Janelle, and Janice, those are little Mamad squad. You know, we're all around in different states, but we talk every day. You know, me and Janelle do a master class for candle makers. But when we first started, we didn't have all this. So we met on Facebook groups for candle makers. But Clubhouse has actually opened us up to a larger platform where now I'm modding a room every morning that I used to sit in and listen to for advice. I'm co-modding a room. I run my own room, and I'm able to give back to people for free, even mentor people, you know, and reach out to a person that you see who has their stuff going on. People who don't talk about their failures, red flag. Don't trust them. Because if I can't tell you I done had a firebomb happen with one of these candles when I was testing it, don't buy my candle. If I can't tell you, now my room sprays, now them things was popping from the beginning because my homegirl's like, this is what you do. You got to do this, this, and this because I want you to make a room spray for me. But ever since then, I was, even with wax smells, it's all going to be trial and error. You have to know the work you got to put in and believe in yourself. And that's my take on it right there.
That is such great advice. Thank you so much, Loso. And Dr. Z, the same question is to you. What advice would you give people of new business owners how not to get taken advantage of, or a lesson that you've learned the hard way that you want to share with anybody trying to get in the game?
Yeah, as far as anyone, you know, aspiring to be in the hair care business, I know there's a lot of people, you know, jump at the chance of getting products because of the private label industry. And like some people, like consumers may not know about private label, but private label is basically products that people sell to other companies. And these products, they just take their packaging off, and then you can put your labels or packaging on and put your name, like your brand name on it. But you didn't make the products. Like, and I just want to say as a disclaimer, I don't sell private label products. I sell my own custom formulated products that I develop myself. Not everybody does that, and nothing's wrong with that. Some private label products are really good. You know, you'd be surprised at what companies actually use private label products. But because of what Loso was saying, like I think what Loso and Kat said is like, right, you have to research, check references, actually talk to the references, and then, you know, make a decision from there. Because sometimes people are trying to swindle you, and then not necessarily swindle you, but like it just may not be the right move for you, for your brand, you know, because you have to look at brand integrity. And and I think the biggest thing for me is not to get like caught up with someone's previous accomplishments, because I
Right.
mean, for me, the part where I was really like let down and disappointed is just someone that like I follow like all the people who are like back when I was like just a med student, just following people on social media, following people on YouTube, like to get a chance to work with somebody that I follow, like I'm gonna jump at that. And I'm not saying names right now, obviously, but it's
Right.
just for you to do something, it's just like damn, that was really like not um honest. It makes you look shisty,
Right.
and it made me like really lose respect for them. And sometimes that's what people have. They'll have their business in the name that they have in the business, but they're really like kind of faking.
Right.
And I think that was the hardest lesson for me to learn. Like I got caught up in like having respect for people because I've been following them, and now I realize I've kind of become the woman I look up to. In this
Oh,
you
I
know
love that.
and so that's what it is. It's just like just believe in yourself, but don't be blinded by like, because it sounds good. Sometimes it is too good to be true, so you need to do your homework. Kat and Loso are exactly right. You need to get references, follow up. Don't just give your money. Protect your intellectual property, because sometimes people will steal your ideas. That's another thing
Yeah.
I've seen happen, and that's why I have my little trademark behind it. Like it is registered, so don't even play that game here, honey.
So to sum that up, they're telling you do your taxes, get your
Right.
lawyers, do your research, guys, and don't be, try not to be so gullible and give your money for information for these master classes that you guys might not even be something that you could actually research yourself, that somebody might be taking advantage of you and taking your money to show you some things that you can research for yourself. So wow. Thank you. Listen, you guys ain't going nowhere because we got some hot topics to talk about. But I just want to say it again. I want to reiterate it again that I'm so thankful and honored for these three wonderful business owners coming to my podcast today, dropping jewels to my audience, coming here, giving advice, sharing their stories, sharing their struggles, their trials and tribulations to get them where they want to be. God bless you guys. Tap in. I'm gonna put all the information in the description, and as the broadcast goes on, I'm gonna put their information in the banner. Tap in with Wicked Sense with Loso. He has quality candles. Support small businesses, support small Black businesses. Dr. Zakiya, if you have natural hair, if you have straight hair, it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are, she has put her heart and soul into these products, and it's made with love. Tap into her hair care line. Kat, she bust her ASS for the last 16 years to be where she's at. If you are in New York City, you have to make an appointment with Kat. Kat and her girls, they are the bomb. Kat is a dope artist. Listen, this ain't no sponsored. She does my nails for real since 2014, and she's also a dope person. If you need a therapy session, I told Kat that she need to start going for the life coach classes, because Kat, she's also a therapist too on the low. And you guys can unmute your mic, because now we're about to get real comfortable, take y'all shots. We're about to talk about some hot topics, and I want to get into that so you guys can smoke a joint, I don't know, crack open a bottle of Hennessy, whatever y'all want to do. And we're gonna have some conversation. I just wanted to let y'all know that I really love and appreciate y'all so much for coming on here. And like I said, this episode is Respect the Business Owner. Respect the business owner. This is the holiday season. I want to give back. I want you guys to go in, tap in with them. They are super, super dope people. So thank you again for coming to my podcast, guys. I really appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. And I F with these people in real life. This is not no BS little interview. Oh, I'll pay you X amount of money. No, these are my peoples right here, y'all. So tap into them. Loso, Dr. Zakiya, and Kat.
Yeah, like facts. Like
Absolutely.
I could vouch for what Angie's saying because like Angie was telling you guys, I've been knowing her a year, and I've been knowing Losa for almost just as long. We met on Clubhouse. I had not met Kat till now, but I hadn't heard about you because you do her nails.
Oh yeah, we heard about Cat. We heard about Cat.
So yeah, so it's nice to finally meet you.
Finally meet you.
Yes. Guys, are you ready to talk about some hot topics that's going on in the world right now?
Be ready, girl.
Let's talk about it.
All right. So, first thing, I don't know if you guys watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you guys do not or do watch it, NeNe Leakes, as you know, her husband Greg passed away. So RIP Greg. NeNe Leakes was with Greg since she was working at the strip club when she was younger. Greg, been with her since, her 20s. And the last 20 to 30 years, they have one son together who's grown. And he passed away recently. Don't get me to lying. Oh, and I want to preface this. This is, before we get into hot topics, we are regular people that are voicing our opinions on public figures. So again, this is just our opinion on public figures. I want to preface this. So NeNe Leakes has moved on. Her husband, Greg, I don't even think has been gone a year yet. And she has announced that she's moved on and she has a new man. And there's some pictures of her. I think recently it was her birthday or something, or someone's birthday. It was a party, and she's on the shade room with her new man. What do you guys think about NeNe Leakes? Do you think she's moved on too quick? And I'll start with Kat, and then I'll go with Loso, and then Dr. Z.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't see the shows. I don't have time to see those shows. So I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know what's going on.
So let me ask you.
The only way I know about certain things is the client telling me. And when you come in, you're like, yo, Kat, you don't know. I'm like, oh, yeah, we could talk about certain things. But by the time I get home, for me to watch a show, it's very hard for me. So I can't.
All right. So let me ask you this question. I'm going to ask you this question, and your mic is a little low, Kat, so just try to talk closer to the mic.
Okay.
But let me ask you this question. So let's say, for instance, that you got a homegirl, and your homegirl has been with her husband since she was in her 20s, and she's in her 50s now. They was together, like, let's say 20 to 30 years. They got a kid together. That was her man. He passed away. Okay. It's been less than a year, and she already moved on and has a new man, and she's out and about in the town. How would you feel? Do you feel like that's too quick, that she should mourn longer? Or do you think, like, Stella got her groove back, you need a companion, it's okay to move on?
It could be a couple of things. It could be that that's been a person that's been a side guy for a long time, and that's what she's comfortable bringing it out there like that. Two, she's probably numb and needs somebody to lean on to feel she's hurt. So she needs that person to lean on to. And I don't know if her groove back, but I just think personally this guy's been lingering around through the whole, probably half of the marriage, because you don't just get comfortable like that. That's my soulmate from beginning through thick and thin, and I've been with him for so long, I wouldn't be able to handle it. So for her to feel like that quick, I feel that she has been with that person before, like in between, like she was probably with him.
Right.
Because how is it that my husband passed away and a couple of months later I'm with this guy? There's no way. That's been a seed that has been planted a while ago. So somehow, some way, that's what she feels comfortable. To me, it's wrong for the public eye, especially if she's out there, out in the scene and everybody knows her show and stuff like that. I don't think I would have done it that way. And this is kind of like J-Lo's situation too. Like she just went from one relationship to the next.
Oh, I think we lost Kat. We're going to bring her back in. But Loso, what do you think about this situation?
I mean, I haven't watched that show in so long, but I think my biggest take is just from being a person that works within the industry with dealing with people who have lost. Honestly, sometimes couples have that conversation. Couples have that, don't wait for me. Don't change your whole life. Don't take 20, 30 years mourning after me. I want you to be happy after I'm gone. Especially if you know a person is sick or dealing with certain things. I mean, that may be a conversation they had. They may have the conversation of, I don't want you sitting here stuck and sad. Once I'm gone, know I'm going through something right now. I know I'm transitioning. I know I'm not going to be able to stick around. I know my day is coming, so that may have been a conversation. You go be happy, you live your life. But at the end of the day, we really don't know. So it's kind of like, it could have been, like Cass said, it could have been somebody that was lingering around, but honestly, it could be a person, who's been there with her and helping her throughout the grieving process. I mean, so it's different levels of it when it comes to like grief and attachment and all those type of things like that. So, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I'm on the fence, that ain't my caliber or level of money I'm making either. You know what I'm saying? So them people with big money problems, they can come support my candle business and then they'd be my problem. But, other than that,
For real.
I'm just saying, it's different, but, I'm glad that she was able to find some kind of peace and be able to, not be stuck within that grieving place, even though she's probably still grieving, even though she's moved on.
Absolutely.
I think it was too. I just think it was just too fast. Like I was just saying before. Sorry, I got cut off.
Definitely. Go ahead, Kat.
On a normal basis, we hear this all the time. Remember, like Ange said, we regular people. You hear this sometimes, and like, what happened? What's going on? But when you're a star and you like represent yourself a certain way, you kind of gotta slow it down because the public eye talks so much and gonna say the opinions and stuff like that. So it's kind of too fast. But then, like what he's saying too, it's just like maybe he's been there as well and stuff like that. So I think it's just too fast for her. So she has to protect herself first for her career. But now it's a talk too. So it's kind of like it's everywhere right now. So I don't think it's just too fast.
I hear you. And what about you, Dr. Z? What do you think about Nene and her new man?
Well, I mean, I love Nene. I'm a big fan of the show. Matter of fact, I have not watched the show since she left. She left in a big fanfare right when in the middle of the pandemic because they had the reunion show on Zoom, and I think she just walked off from the camera. It was out, but Nene had real stuff going on. Then they was trying to make this big deal about the cameraman that was in her closet. I don't know if you guys watched the show, but there was a cameraman that was trying to go in her closet because I think at the time there was a cast member I think Portia was pregnant and Candy was in, and they were trying to go in her closet, and he was like, "Don't go in my closet. I don't want you guys to film in my closet." And
that's a violation.
Yeah. So that was the big thing, and then she wound up not being on the show. I really don't know what went back and forth, but she decided not to go. But she does have a lounge, like the Lanithia Leaks Lounge or something in Atlanta, and so she, and it looks very. I follow her on social media, so it looks very successful. There's always celebrities popping up over there. She's dressed nice. She's made up. She's in the club business. So the fact that she has met somebody, I'm not that surprised. Her husband is dead. She's still a good looking woman. She looks great.
Right.
Even though I think she was very sad. I think if she could choose to have her husband here, she would choose to have him here with her. But I mean that's not what God intended. As far as her being with someone else, they probably did have that discussion. I think, she'd even alluded to that. If you follow her on social media, she had said something about, he was telling her, if you want to talk to somebody else or something. Because I think he felt he was dying. Because I think he had refuted his chemotherapy, he delayed it or something.
He's been sick for a while. They've been
he was. He had he had stage 3 or stage 4 colon cancer when it was diagnosed, which me as a physician, I know that's very serious. That means he had had metastasized to other parts of his body. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. God bless the dead. But
I was going to say my opinion.
I just think that if she feels like she's ready to move on, that's her business. Because whether she doesn't, people are always going to have an opinion because she's a public figure. And I mean, if she feels she's ready, I mean, people just need to respect that and mind their business.
I hear you. My opinion is that I don't know, like from watching, I stopped watching a couple years ago, but I pretty much, been watching it since the beginning, since her son was young and before Greg was sick. And I know that relationship and how long they've been together and how much she loves Greg and everything. And I do think that she loves her husband. I think to the public eye, to step out with a new boo and be partying with him, Nene always looks cute and, she in the club kissing her new man and everything. I think she could have waited to step out publicly and party like a rock star with her new man for at least let a year pass and then come out. Only because you're living for the public. If you wasn't living for the public and you was just, not saying she's living for the public, but she's in the public eye. If she wasn't, then I could see, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It looked a little fast for me. But again, this is just my opinion on a public figure. I don't know their life. I don't really know the details, but that's just my opinion.
I mean, I just know from the journey that I'm on, like, great recognition doesn't come without persecution. People gonna talk about you regardless of what you do if you're, with fame. So whether she waited a year and announced it or didn't wait a year, they were still going to talk.
Still wrong.
That's true.
She's happy. So I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her.
All right, shout out to
he's feeling this dude and he feeling her. I am happy for her. I'm like, baby, like life is too short. So girl, enjoy that. Girl, get some kisses for me.
I'm dead. Shout out to Nene Leakes and her new man.
I'm jelly out here.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next topic because we got some topics that I want y'all opinion on. So for those of you guys who are not aware, because I hate tuning into a podcast and they're talking about a hot topic and nobody gives a backstory, and I'm like, wait, what happened? So for those of you who are not aware, Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez had a relationship. They ended their relationship about a year ago because it was alleged that after a night of partying in Kylie Jenner's house in Calabasas, there was a dispute between Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion in a vehicle. It was 4 people there. It was Meg Thee Stallion, her best friend Kelsey, the security, and Tory Lanez. Allegedly, they got into a dispute and Meg Thee Stallion became somehow, allegedly by Tory Lanez, was shot in both of her feet. So she had gotten shot in the back of her foot in both of them. Allegedly, she's saying it's Tory Lanez that shot her. So now they're having a trial. So I believe they're in trial right now. And the detective has confirmed they cannot find the bullet fragments that was allegedly taken out of her feet. And witnesses allegedly told the police they saw Meg and her best friend allegedly fighting moments before she was shot. And if you guys don't know, Meg and her best friend Kelsey are no longer speaking. So Kelsey and Meg are no longer friends. And also Meg and Tory are not together anymore. But Meg has alleged on all social media platforms it was Tory that shot her. And Tory Lanez is saying that he did not shoot her. So right now, the trial is happening. What do you guys think? Thoughts? Anyone could go first.
I thought we was past this.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Meg on graduating. I don't this whole other portion. I don't even know.
But they having a trial.
As long as she can still do the Megan these days, that's all that matters. I don't know about this. I thought they've been moved past this, like in real life.
Well, there's a trial now, so now it's coming back to the. Hold on 1 second. Only because we can't hear each other talking over. There's an actual trial right now going on because he can serve serious time if he's convicted for doing this. Because it happened, it was in the media, and then it died down, but now it's coming back because they're doing the trial now. And now they're saying they can't find the bullet fragments. Witnesses is saying that Meg was fighting with the best friend prior. So what is you guys' opinion on it? So Loso said he's ready for it to be over. He's tired of it. Shout out to Meg moving on with her life.
Didn't she have a procedure done on her feet at the hospital? That's what I remember reading or hearing about on social media.
She did post pictures of her injuries. Absolutely.
Is that not like verified? or am I, speaking? I'm like,
She was injured. She was, but I think the question now is who did it? The best friend, the security guard, or Tori?
Mm.
Oh, I see. That's hard to say. Like we
Sounds
wasn't
crazy to
here.
me, and
Yeah,
I have no opinion about that.
I
Well,
wasn't there. It's hard to say.
my opinion is, I hope whoever did it, the right person gets caught for this. And not caught, but I guess you could say, like, what is it called? Punished for whatever crime it is that they did. So whoever shot Meg, whether it was Tori, the security guard, herself, or Kelsey, I'm ready for them to figure out who it is and the person to be punished. I don't condone any violence towards women from any man at any type of capacity. And it was an unfortunate situation, but it's the reason why I feel like it's a hot topic is because the trial started now, so you'll probably hear more stuff about it. But if I'm mistaken and the trial didn't start now, look, I'm not a professional. I'm not Angie Martinez. Although shout out to Angie Martinez, I love her. But I'm seeing it a lot in the news now, of what's going on. So I wanted to see what you guys thought about the situation. Okay, guys. Have you guys seen Khloe Kardashian's new photos? Have you guys seen Khloe Kardashian's new photos?
Knew how.
All right, guys, I'm gonna show y'all this. I'm gonna show these new photos to you. So Khloe Kardashian popped out with some brand new photos right on the heels of Tristan Thompson allegedly having his third baby with his personal trainer. So his personal trainer has come out in the media and said she's pregnant by Tristan Thompson and she's having a baby and Tristan Thompson's the father. Khloe has been real quiet about this whole situation and she popped out recently with these photos. So can you see this? Okay. Whoops. All right. So people had some thoughts in the comments. First thing, they had an issue of her hair. She says this is her natural hair texture. People had an issue. Another issue people were saying was that she was a little too skinny. Her hip bone was popping out. She's not happy. She's losing too much weight. She looks different. What do you guys think?
I think she looks good, but
she looks great. She looks great.
I remember when I used to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. That's not her natural hair texture. and that's all I'm gonna say. Like I'm a natural hair doctor. Like I mean, something has been done to her. I don't know what, but that's not how her hair just naturally is. Something has been done to it. I don't know what.
Loso, what you think?
I'm pleading the fifth on this one.
I
mean,
she looks good.
Yeah, she looked good. I mean, I think it's one of those things where when it comes to like body image or anything like that, you always gonna be too skinny for one person, too fat for one person, unhealthy looking for this person. But I think as long as you live in your best life and you feel like your best authentic self, I mean, go for it. I mean, she looks good. I can't say she don't look good. She looks good.
I think she's been through a lot with her relationship with Tristan because, there's been a lot of drama in the media with him talking to other women and stuff, and they have this child together. So, I can't speak for either one of them. Like it's hard to, speak for people. And, they have these real things happening, but it's happening in the public eye. And so I just think that it's just hard when, like real shit happens and then everybody has an opinion about your life. Yeah.
True that. Listen, I think Khloe needs to move on. Tristan Thompson is trash. Move on to somebody else and keep it pushing.
Wait, Angie, is his second baby with her? Do they have 2 kids? I'm trying to keep up.
He has a first kid with a previous woman. His second kid is with Khloe, and he was supposed to be trying to get Khloe back in a relationship, and now this woman is popping out in the media who is his personal trainer, alleging that he is the child's father that she's about to have. Or I don't know if she's had the baby yet.
But you know
So,
they had that drama with Jordan. What's her name?
well, that happened too. So that's strike two. Well, that's strike three now because you had the drama with Jordan. And now, you're allegedly having a baby with your personal trainer, but you're trying to get Khloe back. It's just too much. And not only that, but Tristan is not even 30 years old yet. So whatever dogs do, if dogs get neutered, he got to go do that because he's about 27, 28.
How old is he?
He's not even 30 and he's already doing too much.
Wow. I'm amazed.
So while I'm on the Kardashians, are you guys aware of what's going on with Travis Scott?
With the concert?
Oh, the concert. Yeah, in Houston. Yeah, I have been following that.
Okay, so here we go. So whoever doesn't, I just want to give a little bit of a backstory. So Travis Scott had a concert. There was some mosh pits going on. There wasn't enough crowd control and security. 8 people died. This has caused a huge issue for Travis Scott. He's lost his brand deal with a drink that he had. He's been taken off of Coachella. He's offered to perform for free. Nobody is wanting to mess with him right now. Some people are saying it's not his fault. Like, I'm gonna start with Kat first and then go around. I want to know you guys' thoughts on this. Start with Kat. What do you think about this whole situation? Do you think Travis Scott should be blamed, or is it the venue's fault for not enough crowd control? Is it Live Nation's fault because they're the management company and he's just the artist that came to perform and this happened? I just want to know your thoughts on this whole thing. And are they handling him? Are they handling him appropriately? Losing brand deals and now being, X'd out of concerts and stuff. I just want to know your opinion. And then I'm going to go to Loso and Dr. Z.
I think overall, everything is just crazy. Again, I don't watch TV and stuff. And of course, the clients bring me the information that's going on. And they were saying so much different things that this had to do with Illuminati and he had to swear himself in. So they had to be a couple of killings. And then I heard so many different things. But now that I understand more, I think it's overall over too many people. Nobody was in control of nothing. Like he was going to perform. I'm hiring everybody to make sure that I'm okay. So therefore it chuckles down to you and then everybody else. So I just think that it's a big mess. Like how to think about it and go about it is very difficult because it's like how did this happen? And when you see the videos and stuff like that, it was so many people crushed together. Like it was like but then you see videos that you see the securities there, and then you see videos, you see everything going on. But now they're saying also that he kept singing and nobody stopped him, or they try to stop him and stuff like that. So as far as his manager and everything behind this, everyone behind the scene, I think they all at fault at this, all of them, because as a producer, manager, and etc., and everything that goes behind him, is he's coming to sing. If he shows up late, every like me, if I show up late, my staff I have to make sure that my staff is taking care of me. I'm coming in, I'm probably having a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna sit there and perform and do nails. Now, if somebody just fell and I didn't know, nobody tells me, and I walk in, I'm getting sued. What's going on here? Where's my lawyer? Where's this? Where's that? Like, so it's everybody's fault right now. So I think that it's bad on him because it's your fault. But meanwhile, it's everybody that he hired to take care of him in every different aspect. It's their fault. So I don't know. I just can't believe that now that you're telling me more information about it, that this is going on with him. It's so messed up. And I'm pretty sure he feels so bad. I'm pretty sure I've heard he's trying to do the best to the families, and he doesn't even know what to do with himself. Like, what do you say to 8 people have passed? What do you say to the families? What do you say? So I think, again, the public they exaggerate on things that, he should be punished and it's his fault and stuff. I think that he should speak. And I know he's been speaking here and there, but he don't know what to say. So I think that he should have somebody to represent him. And but overall, I think is everybody's fault, and somebody, I don't know. That's just hard. It's a hard place right now for him. So I really feel bad for him because it's not his fault, and 100% not his fault. So that's my
Thanks,
opinion.
Pat. I feel you on that. What about you, Loso? What's your opinion?
I think the biggest thing is like in a court of a public opinion is going to be one of those things where he's going to be looked at as wrong no matter what, because only thing people look at is it's his concert. Whereas people don't look at there's contracts that signed behind the scenes. There's insurance that's put in place for these kind of things. There's clauses in contracts. You know what I'm saying? There are so many different people. You have a person that promotes, a person that sets up. You have a person that's funding this. You have a person that's actually selling these tickets on their platforms. You have, guidelines in which everybody has to meet to actually make the contract a contract. So when it boils down to, like Kat said, there is going to be multiple parties involved who are going to be at fault for the overall thing. Because I mean, sometimes certain people have the authority to actually pull the plug and say, this ain't happening. We shutting it all down. And it's definitely sad, rest in peace to those people who lost their lives, in that tragic event. But when it comes down to it, I mean, it's just all about the actual factual. I know we can speculate, on our end that he needs to do this, he needs to do that, or management should have did this. But it's kind of like we don't have that inside intel. It's definitely sad because it's one of those touchy situations where you want to choose your verbiage correctly because you don't want to say anything and point the finger too much at one person. Just because we don't even really know, really what was said, if the show should have went on, if the show should have stopped, all of these things. But I'm pretty sure everything in the background will come to light, once they do their investigation and figure out if anybody's not even going to be charged in this whole situation, because I mean, you got people who can't get their family members back. You have a person who's lost their livelihood. You losing endorsements, and people have lost endorsements for less than that. So you say the wrong word on live, we pulling our endorsement flat out. You know what I'm saying? You figure this out yourself, so it's definitely a conundrum that he's in right now. And I definitely, pray for him as well, because I mean, as a performer, I mean, this is what you do. This is what your thing is to do, is to be able to perform for people, make them feel good. And like Cassie, I mean, there were speculations about so many souls had been given for the Illuminati and this, that, and the other, I don't dive too deep down that rabbit hole, because once you step down that escalator, you in that thing forever, so but it's definitely pray for Travis and those people who, who's lost their lives, and even his team and everybody who has to deal with the background, cleanup of everything that happened.
Yeah, for real. Woo. And what about you, Dr. Z? What is your opinion on this thing with Travis Scott? You on mute.
Yeah, I just was saying that I mostly agree with what Kat and Loso said. There's definitely like multiple parties I think that are liable because of how this event was set up. Like, Travis wasn't planning the logistics of this event. He's the talent. Like that's not his responsibility to plan for people's safety, for this event. I don't know, how the liability policy was written and what's going on with this court case. I haven't really looked into particulars of that, but it's a tough situation to be in, because if you're guilty in the court of public opinion, people will take back your endorsements. And they won't want to do business with you when you're having trouble. But trouble doesn't last always. Joy comes in the morning.
Absolutely.
Like, he just needs to hang in there. If he's not responsible, like the truth will come to light. Whatever was going on, it's going to come up, and he just needs to keep moving and put this whole experience behind him. Like, he's a young guy. He's talented. He has, hopefully for him a lot of time left to share his talent with the world. So it's happened to all the celebs. Like you get involved in stuff and it goes left, and you're like, damn, I wish I would have looked more into this before I agreed to do this, and now I'm in a bad situation. So like,
yeah,
it's messed up.
Yes, shout out to not shout out to, I'm praying for all the families that were involved, and every life that was lost during that concert, and everybody that was involved in putting on the concert, going to the concert, and Travis Scott itself. To take it more to a happier place, I'm not going to keep y'all here all night. The last segment of this show is called Red Flag or Deal Breaker. Now, every guest that I have come on my show, I play a game with them called Red Flag or Deal Breaker. So I'll tell you a scenario, and you got to tell me if it's a red flag, a deal breaker, or you love it. So y'all ready to play? Okay. So I'm going to start with you. I'm going to go Kat, Loso, Dr. Z. And then when Loso comes back, if we miss, there you go. We're going to go Kat, Loso, Dr. Z. That's how we're going to do it. So we playing red flag or deal breaker, Loso. I'm going to tell you a scenario. You tell me if it's a red flag, deal breaker, or love it. And then after that, we'll promote y'all stuff and then we'll wrap up because I ain't trying to keep y'all here all night on a Saturday. And shout out to whoever's watching us in YouTube as well. If people are still here, we could do Q&A when the recording is over. But thank you for everybody who's tapped in. All right. So this is the game. Actually, you know what? After this game, I'm going to ask y'all what y'all plans are for the future in 2022. So y'all not going to leave quite yet. All right. So check it out. Red flag or deal breaker. Your date's job title is entrepreneur on his and her Tinder profile. So you're single, you're looking for a man, you might be on a dating app or Instagram. You go to their social media, and the job title is entrepreneur on his or her Tinder profile. How is that a red flag, a deal breaker, or love it? Go ahead, Kat.
Without anything else, just an entrepreneur.
Just entrepreneur.
Red flag, because I'm like, okay, so you're not just. I mean, you got to go further in. If you're gonna try to hook me in by just reading that, I'm just gonna be like, no, I'm good. No.
What about you? Kai said, listen, you need a little bit more than just entrepreneur. Are you an entrepreneur of what? Of what? Your fucking your roommates? Like, what are you an entrepreneur of? Loso, go ahead. What you think? Your job, the chick's job title is entrepreneur.
I mean, that'd definitely kind of be a red flag. Cause I mean, if you like, if you're an entrepreneur nowadays, you selling that product. I'm selling hair. I'm slinging nails. I'm slinging candles. I'm slinging hair care product. Because you're going to say, I'm a hair doctor. I'm a nail technician. I'm a master nail technician. I'm a master candle maker. That's what I'm going to put on my shit. Because at the end of the day, I ain't going to put no entrepreneur. Hey, scammers entrepreneur shit. Nowadays, that's a full-line profession. I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah, give me your card. Let me take your card number. That's pretty much a profession nowadays. So red flag on the play.
So that's a red flag. Dr. Z, red flag, deal breaker, or love it?
It's not a deal breaker. Definitely not a deal breaker. But yeah, I definitely would need some more info. I agree with Loso. I'll be like, okay, what's your business? And if it don't sound like, they know what they're talking about, I'm gonna be like, I'm good. But and sometimes a red flag could be just something like, you just need more info and you can clarify. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. You're just trying to, get some clarity on what's going on so you can make a better decision for what you want to do with that person next. So that's a good thing. Red flags are good.
Okay, so that's a good red flag for Dr. Z.
Huh?
I said that's a good red flag.
Cat's like, cat like, hell no.
I'm not even entertaining you. I'm not even gonna entertain that. There ain't no time for that.
Well, I would at least ask, because sometimes people don't know, and honestly, I've dealt with a lot of levels of people that do what the three of us do here in this podcast, and there's levels to it. Like some people just starting out, they don't know, so I'm gonna give them a little bit of grace, but it's a little bit, just a little bit,
just a little bit. All right, so check it out. So you on a date, right? and your date, and I'm gonna start with Kat, Loso, and Dr. Z. Your date says, after sipping coffee. So you're on a date, you cross up from them, they sip their coffee. Now, Kat, is that a red flag, a deal breaker, or love it? They after sipping coffee.
I mean, like, it was that good. I
Right.
need to have some. I need to know your taste buds and what you're feeling at that moment. So, I don't know. It's not a red flag at all.
But they always do it.
Oh, what they no, red flag. If they always do it, no, it's a red flag. Because I think I'm gonna have my moments. I'm gonna be like, I don't want to hear that after every. It's like someone slurping, like just slurping. That's the worst to me. That's a pet peeve right there for me. I think that right there would be a red flag.
Got you.
That sounds more like a deal breaker, Kat.
Yeah, deal breaker.
What you say, Loso?
I mean, it's funny to me. I'll say I love it because I'll match the energy. I'll be able to now I'm gonna irritate your ass because you're irritating me. So I'm definitely down to be petty and match the energy. So, it's not a red flag. I love
it. What about you, Dr. Z?
Yeah, I love it too. I got a weird sense of humor. So like, hey, if you like it, I love it. If you're like drinking coffee brings you that much pleasure, I'm like, you love that damn coffee, man. We like
that's what I'm saying. I need to know what you're having because I want to feel the same thing.
Right.
For the same brand, for the same thing, I want to drink it too because then I can agree with it. But to do it at it doesn't matter what coffee it is, I'm gonna be like, okay.
It ain't got no liquor in it. It's a problem. If it ain't Irish coffee, it's a problem.
What is it about this coffee, yo? But
I need to know. Give me.
Sometimes it's the simple things in life, So look, drinking
word
coffee,
up. Oh man,
would not deny you that.
I'll be like, okay, maybe the first time, but if every time you take a sip of your coffee you do that, that's a red flag for me. All right, guys. So your date is shorter than 5'7". Kat, go first. Red flag, deal breaker, or love it? Shorter than 5'7".
5'7", like 5 seconds. Like, what do you mean?
5'7". Like instead of being 6 foot, like how people their height.
No, I won't do that. I would go through the date. I won't. No, that's he could be the right one, and he could be up down here to me. I'm 5'4", so I've dated short guys. It's not a deal breaker. Well, I'll try it. Let's see how it works out. I'm okay with smaller. Yeah.
So if you guys are feeling Kat and you short, what I'm saying, still holler at her because she'll give y'all a chance. She's not discriminating. You don't gotta be tall. All right, Loso, in your case, your shorty is like 6'3". Red flag, deal breaker, or love it?
I mean, I love it. I mean, I ain't discriminating no height. I mean, shit, I used to climb trees as a kid. We can climb as an adult too. Ain't no discrimination in height.
So them Amazons holla at Loso. Dr. Z, Dr. Z is a tall, slender, model-esque build. So your dude is shorter than 5'7". What are we doing? Red flag, deal breaker, or love it?
I'm 5'11". That's a deal breaker.
Dr. Z said, I ain't doing it.
Because I mean, if I wear heels, I'm gonna be like 6 feet tall. So I'm gonna be like what, like 5 inches taller than you. Like when I wear heels, I'm like 6'2".
She said that's a no-go.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, so the next one is this. Your date trashes their ex. So you're sitting across from them and they're trashing their ex. Is that a red flag, a deal breaker, or love it? Kat, you go first.
A deal breaker. Nah. Red flag, deal breaker.
I
Like,
feel
no,
that.
we don't do that. You don't bring your past. Then that means you're not over it. There's a problem there. Nope. I won't deal
I
with
hear
that.
that. Loso, what about you? Your date is trashing their ex. Red flag, deal breaker, or love it?
That's a red flag and a deal breaker. I mean, because if we together, it shouldn't be a conversation about what happened in the past. If you hear, that means you moved on, allegedly. But if you talking about that, okay, I ain't your therapist. We done talking about it.
I hear that. And what about you, Dr. Z? You sitting at the
Yeah.
date, y'all in a nice restaurant, y'all vibing, and then the whole time they trashing. I've been on dates like that where all they want to do is talk about their baby mom and trashing their ex. It is so exhausting every single time. We've either dated or spoke. You want to vent to me about your ex. How,
Yeah,
to me,
that's definitely a red flag for me. I'm just like, why you keep, are you still want to be with them? Like, what are you still talking about them? And it get escalated to being a deal breaker. I agree with Loso and Kat. I'm like, what? Like, so yeah, I definitely wouldn't love it. I don't know who would love that.
yeah, that's weird. Okay, guys. So now here's the scenario. You dating somebody new, you're digging them, you're feeling them. You guys been dating for a couple weeks now, and the movie date's been going good. You've been going out to eat. You guys haven't gotten physical yet, right? So you get to the point where you want to sleep with that person, right? You get to their house and you see that they only have old raggedy worn out underwear. Red flag, deal breaker, or love it. Kat, it's on you.
Red flag. No. No. No way. That's a deal breaker. Red flag. No way. That's not even a. I'm like, bye. You know what? I forgot something in the car. I'm leaving. Or you know what? My son just called me. I gotta go. No way. I wouldn't deal with that.
Okay, Kat said she out of there, yo. Hell no. Loso, your chick, she got old raggedy, worn out period panties and underwear. When you get to the crib, her bra is shredded up. Her panties are baggy. There's the elastic is not. It's not doing it for you.
I mean, is that thing thinking? But that's just.
That thing.
I mean, you never know. That thing may be thinking. It's just maybe the panties may just be towed up. But I mean, it's just one of those things. Maybe a little red flag. Like if you're looking all cute exterior wise, you ain't got no fresh panties on. I mean, that's gonna be call me when you get some new panties. But everything else that went right. Just call me get some new panties. And we go from there. But I won't say it's 100% deal breaker. I say it's a red flag for sure. I won't say a deal breaker.
He said that's a red flag. And what about you, Dr. Z? Old raggedy worn out underwear in the crib. Or he take off his pants and he got on some like Tommy boxers and the tee is faded and all you see is OMMY and you're like, wait, but why they Tommy boxers? But why? You don't even see it's Tommy.
It's not so much that the underwear are old. 'Cause, I mean, I have old underwear that I wear, but like if he had like skid marks in the underwear, yeah, that's a deal breaker. Like, yeah, it's more like about hygiene. Like, but if they're old but they're clean, and it depends on how much I like them. He might get a pass, but I'll be like, well, I would definitely clown his ass. I'll be like, hey, why you got these raggedy ass drawers on?
But
I'm on the floor.
But wait a minute.
What is this? Like, are you serious?
But it's your first time. It's your first time going to sleep.
You should have known better than to wear that.
He should have known better. No. That means you're that comfortable. That means it will be worse after that. If he's that comfortable to say, well, I'm gonna wear these type of
know. Like if he but I had like one of my friends in med school was telling me there was this guy, he was cool with, and he was hooking up with this girl, and he found a piece of dookie in her to wear when he was about to go down on her, and he was like done. Like that's the ultimate deal breaker for me. Like you got skid marks, you got like you don't clean yourself, and you trying to come over here and get some. Like I'm good. But I mean, if they're like used. I mean, don't sit here and act like the three like okay, it's 4 of us in here. You don't have underwear that you have that are like worn out. I do.
No,
No,
I get
no,
the
no.
worn out.
Mm-mm,
I
mm-mm.
get the
You throw
worn
them. You
out.
throw your used underwear away when they get old.
Yes, I literally I own 385 pair of underwear. I've counted them, and when
You
they get
kind of
worn, they get rotated out. I don't play. That's one
And
thing
the
I don't have.
question,
I'm gonna have liquor and draws. That's one thing I'm gonna have.
But you know
word,
what?
and the
I
question
have old
was,
underwear, Loso. I'm not gonna wear it on a date though.
Dr. Z, the question was, only has old raggedy worn out underwear. Only.
Only? Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no. Deuces.
I hear that. You gotta get some new underwear, fam. All right, so here's the next question. You dating this dude, Loso? I'm gonna have a little slightly different question for you. But Kat and Dr. Z, I'm gonna start with Kat. You dating this dude, you feeling him, he's taking you out, his chemistry is good, he's gorgeous, but when you go down to, you know what I mean, do the thing, he got a smaller than average peen. And for Loso, she got a flat ass. So we're gonna go with Kat first. He got a smaller than average peen. What are we doing? Is that a red flag, deal breaker, or do you love it?
I don't know. Is this? I don't think the size matter. It's how you work it. So I'm thinking about, if you're talking about 2 inch, then there's a problem because you should have been a girl. But if this is just the average, then I'm pretty sure it's not. It's. I think I'll
Smaller
be
than
able to-
average, Kat.
What's
Smaller
average?
than average.
What's average to you though?
Something that you can't fully close your hand around. If you could do this, if you could do that,
Because they say average is 5. They say so under 5.
what you doing with it?
Oh yeah,
It's-
no. I say 5 and up, then yeah. But if it's like I said, like if it's like this, I can't. Then I'm gonna be like, you're supposed to be a girl, and I don't date girls, so I can't do this. But I feel really bad for guys like that though, because I'm pretty sure there's a many out there that's gone through that. Um, would I be able to do it? I don't know. It sometimes it's chemistry. It doesn't even matter. Sometimes I don't even know. I can't even say if it was a deal breaker or not. I think I would try it at first, and if it's just not working for me, it just won't work.
You know, my advice is, and I said this when I had Maya to be on the podcast, maybe a small penis for me, Dr. Z, and Kat is a big penis for somebody else. So don't get discouraged, guys. Keep dating, because a small penis to us may be a big penis to somebody else. So don't get discouraged. Now, Loso, Shorty is looking good in her jeans. Her ass is looking fat. Everything is copacetic. You get her in the crib. She take her pants off. She got the funny butt. Her butt is flat like a pancake. Is that a red flag, a deal breaker, or do you love it?
I mean, I love it. I mean, asses can be built. You know, they ain't built Rome in a day. They can build a booty. You know, so that ain't nothing. Now, if she had flat chest, that'd be a whole different situation. But the booty can be bootying over a while. You know what I'm saying? That's something that can be built. So I'm gonna love it.
He said, but you got to have a rack. If you got the funny butt, it's okay. We could put some fat in there, but you got to have something up here. I feel you on that. He's a boobs man. All right, Dr. Z, he got a smaller than average penis. What are we doing? Red flag, deal breaker, or do you love it?
I'm gonna go ahead and say deal breaker. I'm not a size queen, but smaller than average. You gotta at least have average.
I feel you on that. I'm the same way. That's gonna have to be a deal breaker if your peen ain't peening. Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta at least meet the average requirements. Like you gotta be this tall to get on this ride.
I hear that. Just a few more questions, guys. All right, so about 3 more questions. Here we go. They spit a lot walking down the street. They constantly stopping to spit on the sidewalk. Is that a red flag, a deal breaker, or you love it? They just move. They just constantly spitting on the sidewalk.
Deal breaker. Mm-mm.
Kat said deal breaker.
Bye.
What you saying, Loso?
That's a deal breaker. Something going on. What you go get that checked out? You gotta get that shit checked out.
Are you
Dr. Z.
thirsty? What's the matter?
Yo, I'm dead. Dr. Z, what you doing? Is that a red flag, a deal breaker, or you love it?
Thumbs down. No, that's a deal breaker. Like I hate spit, and it just to hear you like that, it turns me off. Like,
Ooh, child, that's a DB. That's a deal breaker. All right. So your date, right? They have tons of celebrity crushes and follow all the Instagram model girls. Kat, is that a red flag, a deal breaker, or you love it? They got a lot of celebrity crushes and follow all the Instagram models on their Instagram.
I don't know. Those are fetishes. That's like watching porn. There's guys that watch so many different porns, and it wouldn't bother me. Now, if they entertaining each other and they doing some side slick talk and you're in a relationship, then I will have a problem with that. But it's not. It wouldn't bother me. So it's not a deal breaker, and it's could be a red flag, but it may not.
So you love it.
I can't say I love it, but yeah, I guess I would deal with it. I won't love that. I don't know which one to choose. But I guess I love it.
All right. What about you, Loso? Same thing, but it's flipped. She has a whole bunch of celebrity crushes. She follows all the scammers, the rappers, the ballers, and the shot callers. Is that a red flag, deal breaker, or you love it?
I mean, I guess I love it. I mean, I don't. Hey, if you still in with me and but you liking it, I mean, ain't no competition. I mean, so I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna rock with it.
All right, that's a good answer. Dr. Z, what about you? He got all the celebrity crushes. He follows all the Instagram models. He's doing all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and say I love it. Like I follow people. Just because you follow somebody doesn't mean anything. Like it's social media. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Following stuff you're interested in. So,
I feel you. As long as y'all not having no side conversations, I'm all good in the hood.
yeah.
Thank you guys so much for playing Red Flag or Deal Breaker with me. Again, I really appreciate y'all coming by, sharing your stories, and tapping in with me. Before we go, I want to touch base with each one of you guys. Kat, what is your plans for 2022? What do you have in the works? So plug your Instagram and anything that you have in the works, Kat. Go ahead.
Okay, so my plan is to finish my shop. So basically, I went through a lot. I moved to my shop. It's been 5 years. I had a little contract problem, and you know how contractors do. They build your stuff half work, and they take most of the money or whatever. So then I was fine for a little while. Then the pandemic knocked me down again. So now I want to finish what I started, which was finish the shop up, see what else I can put it into the shop so I could um, handle basically different customers. Like right now, I have a eyelash girl that just started. She has customers too, and maybe once you have one customer, it's going to bring five, and those five is going to go to the nail techs and the pedicurist and the waxer, and so on and so forth. I want to finish my shop, definitely finish the whole thing. I just build the room, and basically that's mostly it, because once I do that, then I'm going to finish my project on that and then move over to I'm thinking about Airbnbs and stuff to start building, because now that's the thing now, that everybody wants to be in the Airbnbs and stuff. So I want to invest into property as well. So midway next year to the following year, that's where I'm at right now. So let's pray.
That is what's up, man. Tap in with Kat at Nail Factory X. Follow her on Instagram. You're going to see her address, book an appointment with her, tap into everything that Kat got going on. My dear Loso, what is your plans for 2022?
So my plan for 2022 is actually to scale my brand some more, get into some more private label deals, do some more wholesaling, and then honestly be able to offer more master classes, for candle makers in the next coming year. So that's pretty much my biggest thing. Of course, creating some new crazy scents for you guys, some new crazy names. Actually got some stuff in the works to drop for Valentine's Day. So that's pretty much, what I have going on and what my goals are, besides continuously growing and blessing you guys' homes with, these unique scents and stuff I got over here.
That is what's up. Tap in with Loso. He's at Wicked Sense Handcrafted. Once you go in there, you'll be able to book master classes with Loso. You'll be able to order products. You'll be able to direct message him. Any questions that you have, definitely tap in with Loso. Dr. Z, what's your plans for 2022?
Definitely, to launch my new products, scale my brand, and become successful, become multimillionaire. Like, look, I want to get into retail. Like this time next year, I want to be like meeting with retail companies, talking about maybe getting on their website, getting a wholesale distribution deal, that type of thing. So I'm really excited. Look, my shampoo. I'm playing with it, but yeah. I'm super hyped. Just excited about what's to come, and what I want to promote the brand and get us out there, get the name out there. I think the branding is really dope. I think the packaging is dope, and I think the products are like A1. So
absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm having some technical difficulties here. I'm so sorry, guys. But I wanted to just say, thank you guys so much. Loso, Dr. Z, Kat, every single person that watches us, taps in. Thank you guys for coming. I really
Oh, she should be back in a sec. I don't know what happened.
But this has been awesome. It's nice meeting you guys. Let's just wait for her right now. It's nice meeting you and good luck, man. This year I need you guys in my shop. I need your products in my shop. There's a lot of women.
I know. Look, I'm gonna come back out there to visit Angie. So we definitely need to connect.
I had some technical difficulties. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, y'all.
It's okay. We will wait for you to come back on. We try to make some connections here while you was off.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Listen, don't go nowhere. I'm gonna end the broadcast and we'll chat backstage. You guys could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be in Angie's World, and for that, I love you. Thank you for tuning in to Angie's World Podcast, episode 4. Respect the business owners, and we out of here. Peace, guys. Don't go nowhere. 1.